It doesn't matter what it is. I always preach for people to find something that you love to do, something physical, something that's going to push you, something that doesn't feel like work. You could be playing pickleball, you could be playing golf, you could be playing basketball. For me, boxing is what it is. It could just be going to the gym and lifting weights and, you know, maybe challenging yourself on a fast-paced walk or a run. You got to do something that you actually enjoy doing that's going to push you every single day to do that thing. Something that's going to make you want to get up and not necessarily crush it every single day, but something that doesn't feel like work, you know, something that doesn't feel like a chore. And when it doesn't feel like a chore anymore, it becomes a part of you. And when it becomes a part of you, it's something that you do consistently. And when you do it consistently, you get better at it. You get better and better and better. And then all of a sudden you're an expert or you're really good at something and you feel accomplished. What is up, you guys? Man. I just wanted to come in and maybe have a little bit of a talk. I had a little bit of free time today. Shouldn't call it. It's actually not free time. I'm actually taking Draco out on his afternoon play session. Where's he at? There he is. Draco, come. Mental health is important. Mental health is something that doesn't get talked about enough. And it's something that needs to be talked about more, especially amongst men. A lot of times men can tend to, you know, want to suppress a lot of those things and suppress a lot of those feelings. But I'm here to let you know that it's all right. It's all right to let it out. It's all right to be human and have a human experience. And I really don't think that a lot of guys feel safe or feel comfortable talking about it. Main problem being that, you know, a lot of times when guys tend to open up, that information that they open up with gets used against them, you know, gets weaponized against them. And it's really unfair. Not to say that it doesn't happen on the other side, you know, going both ways, but, you know, a lot of times men really struggle to open up about their mental health, and I'm hoping we can change that. You know, I actually struggled with my mental health for a long time. Things aren't perfect now, but definitely something that has been prevalent in my life. I actually feel like a lot of, well, let me take it back. So I'm a cancer survivor. I'm somebody that has kind of been through the ringer a little bit. I've had relationships where I was with a narcissistic person who, you know, kind of made things hard for me to even just enjoy life in general. A lot of times those things are hard to identify. They're hard to even conceptualize for people that haven't been in situations like that. So I want people to know that despite what you may be going through, there is light at the end of the tunnel. You know, a lot of the things that I dealt with kind of led to me doing a lot of emotional eating, a lot of coping mechanisms that I used, with whether that be, you know, alcohol or nicotine or food or what have you. Just things that I struggled with and things that came back to haunt me. You know, I spent basically my entire 20s, you know, just as a slave to those addictions, as a slave to that mindset of thinking that there's no help for me, there's no way for me. What's up, Draco? What's up, buddy? You ready to play? Huh? You want to play? Okay. See, leave it. So, not everybody can get stop. Not everybody can get an emotional support animal like this, or just in general. So though that's not always the answer, that's not always the key. It can help. He definitely helps get me out of the house. He helps me feel alive sometimes. Come here, split. Good boy, split. Good, turn. Oh, good boy. Front, come here, front. Good boy, spin. Yes, front, spin. Turn, stay, go. So yeah, I think it's very important that people, that people address what's going on internally. Man, woman, child, what have you, we all struggle with mental health at times, and we all are susceptible to having problems that we need to address, whether that be environmental, whether that's the way that we're raised, whether that's just, making uneducated choices and decisions in our lives that lead to problems later in life. Out. Go get it. Come here. Out. Draco, out. So anyways, June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. June is also the month of my birthday. June is also the month of Father's Day. So I feel like I got a lot going on this month. It's not all about me, obviously. I still have a family, I still have obligations and other people that I need to tend to. But this is a month of celebration for me, being a father, being a man, and then, being somebody who has struggled with mental health in the past. I feel like I can be an advocate. I feel like I can be somebody that can raise awareness. I don't have a huge platform right now, but I'm working on that. I'm working on making connections. I'm working on just steadily grinding out and pumping out things for people to see, the real authenticity, the real organic stuff out. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. I think it's important to be as transparent as possible. Clearly, I have my personal life and a lot of things that will remain personal and not go online, but I also have a lot of stuff that needs to be shared. A lot of things that I've went through, a lot of my story and a lot of my life a lot of my life can be used as a lesson for others. Go. And I want people to learn, hopefully from my mistakes, and hopefully learn from my story and the things that happened to me, and use that so that they don't have to go through it. Or if you are going through it, use it for inspiration and motivation to know that you can also get out of it, because I'm in a great place right now. Obviously, things are not perfect. Things will never be perfect. People set these goals and these aspirations, and then out. A lot of times people set goals and aspirations, and then those things are achieved, and then you're like, okay, well, what now? What now? And I'm just here to let you know that there really is no end. That's the hard, bitter truth. There's no end to it. Your mental health is going to be with you until the day you die. You're going to be setting goals and, setting the bar or raising the bar basically for your whole life, because once you get there, you don't stop. You keep going, you keep growing, you keep evolving, you keep learning, you keep getting better at whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that fulfills you. Go. A lot of the mental health struggles actually come from being stagnant. A lot of people, I think, are kind of, there's a lot of anxiety around starting new things or doing new things or doing hard things. And I think when that happens, you kind of go. I think when you fail to do the hard stuff, you kind of stay in a stagnant point where you're not growing, you're not getting better, you're not learning, and humans need that. Men need that. We need to grow, we need to advance, we need to evolve, we need to challenge ourselves so that we can have a sense of accomplishment when we do meet those goals. And then when those goals are met, you just raise the goals even higher. Good boy. Good boy. Come here. Split. Split. Good. Go. But unfortunately, the way that life is designed right now for a lot of young men especially, there's not a whole lot of encouragement for boys to go outside and get dirty and play and scrape their knees and get all scraped up and bumped and bruised up, and and so they become scared. They become nervous and scared to go out and do the hard things and accomplish things that look like they're tough. Granted, a lot of these things are tough. A lot of these things, life is hard, and so you have to learn to be able to withstand the storm. I spoke to somebody the other day, Mackenzie. She was on my podcast, and one of her mantras is, "I am the storm." And I love that. I love that shit, because you can be the storm. You don't have to be scared to go out in the rain. You don't have to be scared to go out, when things are hard. You become that thing. You become the hard part. You become hard in the world. You become hardened by the world. Out. Good boy, you're getting tired, huh? I feel like you're getting tired. I feel like you're getting tired. Go. But yeah, man, it doesn't matter what it is. I always preach for people to find something that you love to do, something physical, something that's going to push you, something that doesn't feel like work. You could be playing pickleball, you could be playing golf, you could be playing basketball. For me, boxing is what it is. It could just be going to the gym and lifting weights and, maybe challenging yourself on a fast-paced walk or a run. You got to do something that you actually enjoy doing that's going to push you every single day to do that thing. Something that's going to make you want to get up and not necessarily crush it every single day, but something that doesn't feel like work, something that doesn't feel like a chore. And when it doesn't feel like a chore anymore, it becomes a part of you. And when it becomes a part of you, it's something that you do consistently. And when you do it consistently, you get better at it. You get better and better and better. And then all of a sudden you're an expert or you're really good at something and you feel accomplished. The problem is a lot of people don't do things to feel accomplished. There's a lot of video games, there's a lot of electronic things, a lot of things that you just get that false dopamine, you get that false hit. You see the notifications go off on social media, or you see a bunch of emojis and it's designed to make you feel like something good is happening, when in reality nothing is really happening. But if you go and say, oh, I can only bench press 75 pounds or 100 pounds this week, and then you go 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, now you can bench 125 pounds and then 150 pounds. And then, you just work your way up and you can actually see the fruits of your labor. You can see that you're getting better. You can feel that you're getting better. Not only that, but your body is getting stronger, And why something physical? Because we need something physical. Humans were designed to be physical beings. Hey, out. Leave it alone. Free. We're done. Go relax, buddy. Go relax. Humans, hey, leave that alone. Humans are designed to be physical, right? This way. Humans were designed to build things and move things and really have something to be proud of. And I think a lot of people don't get that sense of accomplishment anymore because they're not doing anything. All the stuff that humanity has taught us is important is stuff that doesn't do anything for you. It's stuff that actually hurts in a way. Oh, Draco found his stick. No, you're not gonna mess with this. No. Go somewhere, buddy. Get your stick. So yeah, anyways, I say, so why something physical, right? Move. Why something physical? Physical is, you need to do something physical because you never know when life is gonna put you into a battle that you never saw coming. And for me, it was cancer. For other people, it might be getting in a car accident. It might be falling down the stairs. It might be, being victimized, in a violent crime of some sort. But at the end of the day, you need to have that physicality, some sort of physicality, to be able to fend off whatever it is. And unfortunately for a lot of people, it's going to be a severe illness. Research shows that a lot of people end up getting sick at some point in their lives, getting severely ill, whether it's cancer or some other disease or whatever. And you just don't want to, you want to give yourself the best chance. And how do you give yourself the best chance? Is by being as healthy as possible. I'm not saying that you need to be a health nut. You got to enjoy your life as well. You got to go out and have the ice creams, have the pizzas and burgers and beers and whatever, but at the same time, there's a balance to it, and you got to have that balance. You don't want me to talk, buddy? Life really is all about balance. People look at me sometimes. I know the health freaks are going to look at me and be like, no, you do not look like you're in that great of shape. But to the average person, what you normally see around, walking around your neighborhood or walking around walking around the city, you know, to the average person, I'm in pretty good shape. And a lot of times people will see me and they think that I don't eat anything bad or I don't do anything that's bad for my health, but that's really not true. I do partake in, you know, alcoholic beverages every now and then. I do eat fast food every now and then. I do, you know, go out and, you know, enjoy myself. You know, I might skip a couple of gym days here and there, but at the same time, it's all about balance. Just think if you had to fight for your own life right now, are you really in the best shape to do that? If you were to be, you know, T-boned at a traffic light and, you know, you lose your ability to walk temporarily, if you have, you know, severely broken legs or arms or anything like that, would you be able to still get through life? Would you still be able to take care of yourself? You know, and those things are going to be hard for anybody. It doesn't matter what shape you're in, but if you're in terrible shape, then obviously that's going to be even worse for you. To the men, you got to know that you can talk to somebody. You got to find a trusted source, whether it's a professional, you know, a therapist or a psychologist or what have you, or if it's a trusted friend, somebody that you know won't judge you. I think that's really important for us. We got to build a community of people that feel comfortable speaking about their mental health, that feel comfortable showing their human side. You know, every man is not a brick wall that you just can't talk to and that's emotionless and doesn't love and doesn't know how to love. And, you know, humans are complex creatures, and the sooner we realize that, the sooner that we accept that men have feelings and men have emotions and men have hard times as well, then the sooner that we'll be able to make some progress. You know, it's really unfortunate that I personally know a lot of men who would never be willing to have a conversation like this, who would never be willing to share that they're struggling and never be able to talk about having a hard time, whether that's within their relationship, don't touch it, whether that's within their relationship or with their family or with their job, you know, with finances. You know, everybody wants to act like they got it all together. Everybody wants to act like they have everything all figured out. And in reality, almost nobody does, right? And we don't have to be made to feel bad about that. It's a human thing. Like, we're all just trying to figure it out one day at a time. Granted, some people have a better understanding of life than others, but that doesn't mean that they have it all figured out either. Guaranteed that whoever is your inspiration, whoever you look up to, they also have problems. They also have financial burdens. They also have, you know, mental health issues that they're maybe not speaking about publicly, but it's something that happens. It's something that happens to everybody, and we just got to be more open about it. So for anybody that's struggling, anybody that sees this, anybody that is somehow, get out of there. No, leave it. Leave it. Look, I guess I'm gonna wrap this up because Draco is really having a hard time not getting to his bag of toys. He has like 10 of his favorite balls in here, including this big jolly ball that we just bought. He loves. If you can see him right now, just sitting here staring at me. He's just waiting, hoping that I'll kick it, hoping that I'll throw one of his balls. Nope, we're done. Listen to how you're panting, dude. You're tired as hell. Yeah, go somewhere. Go on somewhere. Anyways, you know, I feel like I'm rambling. I really just wanted to make a video and really say that June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. We need to be aware that men have mental health crises sometimes, that men have and do struggle with mental health issues. It's not for the weak. It's not something that needs to be brushed under the rug. It's something that we all deal with. It's a human experience. So please, if a man ever comes to you with any sort of mental health issue or any sort of mental health crisis, take him serious, okay? Because it takes a lot for a man to admit that they're having an issue, for one, and if they come to you as a trusted source and that gets shunned and that gets shut down, it may not turn out too well. You know, sometimes you may be somebody's last hope. If somebody comes to you with something, make sure you listen, make sure you don't judge, make sure you don't criticize, you just try to understand. Even if you don't have the answers, just listen, okay? Just listen, let them feel heard, let them get things off their chest that they need to get off their chest, and leave it at that, okay? So we're gonna get ready to get out of here. Draco's acting crazy. he's having a mental health crisis right now. I'm trying to, suppress his feelings about getting these balls. I'm trying to get him to not, but he can't get it together. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, you guys. I hope you guys really take this serious. I'll be making more videos throughout the month. You see, I still got all my wristbands on, all my mental health awareness stuff. So I take it serious. It's something that is very important to me. It's very near and dear to me. And I just want you guys to know it's okay. It's a human thing, all right? So I'm gonna take off now. You guys take it easy. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Please do all those social media things because we need to raise awareness. We need to spread the word. Be an advocate with me. Help me out, all right? And let's do this together, all right? Peace out, guys.